Yo, mic check, mic check, mic check. Yeah. Whew. Yeah, what's going on, Bomb Squad? Hit that like button when y'all come in. Thank y'all for the likes. Thank y'all for the likes. When you come in, shoot us a wave. Let us know you're here. Give us a like as well. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. Man, oh man, on a Sunday night. I was going to save this show for tomorrow, but we decided to go ahead and we'll rock it out tonight. Then we'll hit you with a back to back. We'll be back tomorrow as well. But tonight, we're going to just talk about some of the pitfalls when it comes to being in logistics, Amazon, UPS, FedEx, USPS. We're going to just, talk about a couple of the pitfalls that we endure. And if you got any questions, let me know. We're going to go over a couple videos. What's up, Nick? How's it going, fam? You doing good, Nick? Always good to see the Texas fam in the building. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mm-mm. Yeah, man. So we have a couple things we want to get over. But I got a comment on a channel not too long ago. A new user. I haven't really seen this person before, but they asked about, do I have any advice for new drivers? So I let them know, like, hey, we're going live in a little bit. Just tune in and I'll break it down. I'll give you what I know. Nick, rough night last night. What happened last night, Nick? What happened last night? It seems like you're inviting the information, so I'm not going to leave it on the table. I'm going to ask you what happened last night because I want to know now. You already done started, so you might as well keep going. Might as well keep going. Thank y'all for the likes. We appreciate it. Man, y'all just been flooding me with views, been flooding me with love. We appreciate all the likes. We appreciate all the shares. I couldn't get Facebook going tonight for some weird reason, but I'm gonna have to try to log in again. I'm not sure why Facebook wasn't working tonight, but we'll fix it. We'll fix it. Like I said, like last time I said, the technical stuff, man, we've been blessed to not have any major issues when it comes to technicals. But every now and then you get something that doesn't want to act right and you got to get it straight. Okay, so what is the St. Mary's Strip? I'm assuming that's in San Antonio. So what is it exactly? Because I don't know. You got home at 4 a.m.? Man, 4 a.m. I was out. I don't know, man. I don't know. When I hit, if I'm still awake at 1 a.m., my body's start doing weird stuff. Yeah, y'all hit the likes. Y'all hit the likes. Y'all hit the likes. Nick, man, what is the St. Mary's Strip? What is that? Because is that something I need to visit when I come back to San Antonio, or when I visit San Antonio? Is that something I need to look at? Let me know, man. Sounds like a good time. If you're hurting, oh, bars and clubs. Okay, okay. So sort of like the Sixth Street in Austin, or Sixth Street in Austin. It's sort of like that, right? Whole bunch of bars and clubs. Man, 4 a.m. Ooh wee. 4 a.m. My body will be hurting too. My body will be hurting too. Hey, shout out to all my Canadians in the house. I'm not sure if any of y'all in here, but we have a few Canadians on the channel, so that's why I decided to wear my Canadian Rockies gear that I got from Canada when we was on vacation last year. But Hey, shouts out to Canada. We like Canada too. Man, Nick, at 4 a.m., I was out. I don't know. I was unconscious at 4 a.m. Um, I wouldn't be able to hang. I wouldn't be able to hang. I would probably make it to about by 12:15, 12:20. I'm probably already starting to dip out. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not like that anymore. On Saturday night, and what's the frequency? Once a month, once every 2 months? Let me know, cause if I was out there with you last night and we stayed out till 4 a.m., I'll be done for about 6 months. Real talk. Real talk. I'm not sure if I could do that more than twice a year. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. Not even gonna lie. How was y'all weekend? How's everybody's weekend? This weekend was pretty busy for me. It's graduation season. We just passed prom season. It's graduation season, and one of my cousins, he's graduating. My son is graduating next year. I mean next week, and so went to a graduation party yesterday, and just being there with family and friends, and everybody stand up and say how they proud of the person, and they want to wish them all the best, and hey, go for your dreams, aim high, shoot for the stars, all of that stuff. Like, that's great and everything. Like, that's great. There's never going to be a shortage of people that want to congratulate you, that want to encourage you. You're never going to get a shortage of that. But the tough part is actually executing and staying the path. And we talk about this all the time on this channel, how it's easy to get derailed. It's easy to fall. We'll talk about some of the pitfalls in work today, but at the same time, like, you're never going to have a shortage of people encouraging you and telling you the things that you want to hear, the things to make you feel good. When it's all said and done, when all those people go home and they living their own lives and stuff like that, you're stuck with the realization of, hey, look, I have to execute. I have to wake up in the morning. I have to do work when I don't want to do it. I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to go to class. I don't want to finish homework. All of those times you're going to be faced with those tough times, and it's about how you handle those tough times. And like I said, it's a great time. Kids are graduating, they're moving on to the next step, and that's great. But it's those times when you don't want to do anything, when you don't feel like it, when you're tired, you feel like you're beat up. That's when it counts. And that's when it's time to execute. And that's when you need those words of encouragement. So, look, shouts out to all the grads, shouts out to everybody who's making accomplishments. Shouts out to everybody who's taking it to the next level. And look, it's going to get hard. And we say this all the time. It's going to get hard. There's no if, it's when. It's going to get hard. How you going to react? How you going to react? Because that's going to determine whether you are fit or not fit. But hey, everybody's going to go through it no matter what. It's how you respond to it. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. I mean, people are going to say all the nice stuff. That's great. Hey, thank you. But look, it's what I do when times get hard. And that's what separates me from everybody else, and from you and from everybody else. All right. Nick said he hit up one of the food trucks, best food trucks I've ever hit. He got a quesadilla and a double cheeseburger. Man, you ate all of that? Man, that's crazy. Nick, all of your kids are graduated. My youngest is 20. My niece is graduating and going to college. So what's up for tonight? Pitfalls. Yes. Yeah, we're gonna talk about a few pitfalls, just random stuff. Not random, but it's on topic. It's on topic. It's on topic. Just something I threw together. I wanted to show y'all some weird stuff, but I know y'all understand when y'all see what I'm gonna show y'all. Oh, you gotta learn fives and tens again? Oh, that's easy. Oh, that's easy. Mm. Yeah, like I try to hit the time between 8, 9, 9:15, but of course, life is gonna life, and so it is a little late. You're right. It is a little late. And that's why we're gonna hit them with a back to back. We'll be back here tomorrow, but at the same time, I felt like I had to get on here and see what the vibes is. See what the vibes is. Hey, but that's cool because we're gonna be here, Nick. We're gonna be here. All right. Yeah, so this new driver hit me up on the channel, say, hey, what advice do you have for new drivers? It's simple. You gotta be safe. Well, first of all, you gotta show up to work. Make sure you show up to work. Make sure you come to work. Make it, just come to work. All right. You know what I'm saying? Don't stop missing work. All right. You got to work safe. You have to drive safe. You can't get injured. Make sure you learn your fives and tens. Make sure you execute your fives and tens. It follows you everywhere you go. Okay. You don't just learn it on a piece of paper. You actually use them throughout the day, whether you're driving at work, driving on your personal. Make sure you use the materials. It will help you. Don't get injured. Be aware of dogs, but you have to be safe. First and foremost, before you even try to touch any type of performance measure, you got to be safe because that's going to be with you throughout your career. All right. As far as performance, they're going to push you, push you, push you. Don't get rattled. Just take care of business. Be organized. Once you show up to work, organize your load, be organized, show up to work early. And I'm not saying do a whole bunch of work off the clock. I'm just saying get organized. Show up to work, get organized. That way your day runs a lot smoother. You have to be ahead of the game because once you show up late, one, you're tardy, and two, you're like behind like the rest of the day, in my opinion. If you start off late or you start off running in because you're 10, 15 minutes late, and then now you're trying to play catch up. And once you start to play catch up, it's a wrap. And then you start making mistakes because you're rushing. You don't want to be rushing. You want to move. You want to move efficiently without rushing because once you start rushing, you start making mistakes. You get in crashes. You back into stuff. You twist your ankle, stuff like that. You misdeliver. So get to work early, get organized, and be safe. And stay out of the BS because there's going to be a lot of people telling you a lot of stuff. Don't fall for it. Just come back to Brick Dot Media and we'll tell you what you need to know. Don't listen to everybody. Well, you can, but not everybody is going to give you good advice. Okay? A lot of people have a lot of opinions, which, of course, we all have them. But you'll get into a point to where, like, people will tell you and project their experiences on you, and you have nothing to do with it. So, if you want great sound advice, come back to Brick Dot Media because this is where it's at. I'm not going to steal you wrong, but there's a lot of people that will. And I don't like when people make their problem somebody else's problems. Like, that's your experience. I get it. Cool. I understand. But that might not happen to everybody else. And so, you know, hey, just come back here. Just come back here. We got what you need over here. We got what you need over here. Be safe, be on time, show up to work, get organized, and don't be behind. Show up early, get organized, so that way you're not scuffling. All right. Good luck out there. Good luck. Because there's a lot of pitfalls. There's a lot of pitfalls out there that'll get you caught up. Yep. Jordiza, what's happening? Welcome to the show. Yeah, Nick, we get paid by the hour, but like it's people that show up late every day and they just out of it. And so like now they rushing. If most people leaving the building at 9:20, 9:25, they leaving at 9:45, they still have air. And so like they have to go out there and try to move extra fast. It's all wrong. So you starting off wrong. And so at what point do you feel like I'm caught up? Let me relax now. Never. If you start off bad, it's gonna end bad. I hate to say that, but that's true. So I mentor people and I like, look, get organized, show up on time, get organized. Him and Scout Dad, Bricked Out Media After Dark. Aye, 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 aye. Oh man. Yeah, we streaming on a Sunday, man. He said, how's your loaders at UPS? I talked to a driver the other day who was stressed because he couldn't find the air package. We supposed to look for air before we leave, and I'm not even gonna lie. I don't even look. I look sometimes, maybe like 20% of the time, but I find that air once I get out. But I have a good loader. Like she's very, very good. I'm not gonna tell y'all her name because like y'all can't have her, but I have a really, really good loader. She's quiet, but she's really good. She shows up to work. She's intentional. She marks pretty much everything. I know where everything is. So I rarely have a misload. I rarely have an air that's not on my truck. So um, she's pretty good. She's pretty good. Look, I have it to where if I get out on the road and I don't have an air, if I don't have an air, if it's not where it's supposed to be, I don't have it. I don't I don't stress. If she doesn't put it where it's supposed to go, like I'm not gonna find it in the RDR on the floor. It's never gonna be there, unless she's not at work. But she shows up to work. She comes to work. Like she might miss one day a month. That's it. But Nick, nah, not really, Nick. Um, man, it's hard to even get her to say a word, to be honest. But to answer your question, no. But she's very, very intentional. Um, and nah, y'all can't have her. Like I'm not telling y'all her name. Nah, nah. If any in your in here, y'all working on my metro, y'all can't have her either. They moved her for a while, and I'm like, why is she over there? She needs to be over here. There's like, well, this person is out sick. I'm like, okay, well, as soon as that person comes back, she needs to come back to my area, and then she came back. But I had to put pressure on her, man. Preload was trying to jack me. I had to put pressure on her, but then she came back, and then she's cool. But it's hard to get her to even say two words, and I say good morning. She smiles, and that's it. That's all I get. And oh yeah, well I had to put these over here. Hey, look, I already see it because you already marked everything. But she's really good. Yeah, I don't stress about air. If it's not where it's supposed to be, I don't have it, so I don't trip. I don't stress about air. In fact, I told some of my guys last week. I said, man, like y'all be stressing before 10:30. Man, that's quiet time for me. I'm on Easy Street. It's it's after 12 when I really start. Like I get in my mode and I start to push. It's after 12. But before 10:30, I'm chilling. I'll get these off. It's cool. After 12, I have a certain amount of stops I want to hit between 12 and 3. And that's kind of my time where I'm really getting in the groove and we knocking it out. And so that's my time. Then once 3 o'clock hit, it's hot as hell. I slow down. It's too hot. I'm trying to be stressed out in this heat, yo. Y'all know it's gonna be like 100 degrees in a couple weeks. Y'all already know in Texas for sure. Yep. Yeah, man. I want to share a couple videos with y'all. Thank y'all for the likes, Bomb Squad. We'll appreciate it. Let's see. Where we going? Where we going? Where we going? Where we going? All right. So y'all see this. Y'all see this. Y'all see this. When I first seen this video, I'm like, yo, I could name 8 things wrong off the top. Off the top. So I'm assuming that this driver was trying to turn around and They nosed in, which is wrong if you really want to turn around right there, which with the incline is not a good turnaround because even if you back in, you're gonna scrape the pavement. You nose in, you're gonna scrape the pavement, like he ended up getting stuck. But it's like there's nowhere else to go. So now you gotta nose in first, then you have to back up. And so if you absolutely had to back up in that spot, you gotta back up first, but then again, you would have still got stuck. And so, look, I understand. Look, I understand. Like, you have to go the other way, and you feel like there's nowhere else to turn around. Look, I get it, but man, oh man. So now you stuck. Now you got to sit there for a couple hours until a tow truck come and get you unstuck or whatever. You got to fill out the report and all of that stuff, and hope nobody hit you in the meantime. And so now you're behind. You have an accident on your record. All for what? I'll make the block, man. Make the block. It takes a little more time. I get it. But make the block. We don't pay for gas. You know what I'm saying? We get paid by the hour. Make the block. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. There was an accident in which a guy backed into me and they called it a hit while parked. Okay. And I was parked next to a pickup location. The guy was getting off from work. So he walked out of the building, right? Walked around my truck. He had to walk around my truck to get to his car. There was covered parking. So he gets in his minivan and he backs right into my package car. Had to walk around my package car. So he knew it was there. He got in and backed into my package car. I had to fight tooth and nail to get them to deem it as unavoidable because there was nowhere else for me to park. I'm not parking on the road, and there was nowhere else for me to park. And so I had to park right where I parked, and he hit me. And so they deemed it as they said, "Oh yeah, this is gonna be unavoidable." Then 2 days later, they're like, "Oh yeah, it was avoidable." I said, "No, it's not." So I had to fight, end up getting it off, and getting it put as unavoidable. But still, I had to fight for that. But this right here, man, come on, yo, just make the block. And so if any new drivers is looking at this, look, y'all, make the block or make a U-turn in the road. Just don't get hit. But this right here, this ain't it. This ain't it. And each and every time, this is gonna go down as avoidable. Yeah, Nick, they said it was my fault until I fought him. Yep. I had to fight him. But I won. But yeah. The guy was like, he was trying to lead a scene. He's like, "Oh man, I gotta go pick up my wife. I'm in a hurry." I'm like, "Look, man, you gotta stay here. Now that you done hit my truck, now you gotta stay. You gotta stay here." So he wanted to flee the scene. It was crazy. Of course, they had everything on camera and stuff like that. It's like, yep. So any new drivers in the building, if you're trying to walk and take shortcuts through somebody's yard, stay on the pavement. Don't try to take shortcuts. We get paid by the hour. You might trip over something, twist your ankle, whatever. Stay on the pavement. You need to turn around, make the block, or do a safe turn. If you have to back somewhere, back first. Don't nose in. It's just like it's just not worth the hassle. And with this mindset, you're not being safe. And so, like the new driver that I was talking to earlier, if you do stuff like this, it shows me your mindset is not really where it's supposed to be. Because you always got to think like, you know what? Yeah, I probably shouldn't do that. You probably shouldn't do that. But this right here is not a good deal. And so, like, don't give management something to get on you about. This right here, it's easy food for them. It's easy food. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Thank y'all for the likes. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. See, we got another one. Let's see. Let's see what else we got. Y'all, check this out. All right, so two FedEx trucks. You have the FedEx ground tractor. He's pulling a double. He or she is pulling a double. And yeah, FedEx Express. I believe that's a box truck with FedEx Express. They're on the interstate, the freeway, or whatever you want to call it. And it seems like they're having a little road rage. The one pulling the doubles is trying to get over or trying to pass the box truck, but yet they're going and going and going. And the box truck is not really trying to give in. Let's keep going. All right, so the double tractor has the signal like, hey, I'm trying to get over. And so instead of the box truck slowing down a little bit to kind of like let them in, they maintaining speed, which they probably already at their max speed, but still you can always slow down. But let's keep going. It's a pretty dangerous maneuver right here, especially when you're pulling doubles. All right, so let's stop right here. So he was getting over and he realized like, oh, I'm still too close. So he got back into the left lane fully. And with the double trailer, you have the whip. The second trailer is gonna whip because you're pulling two. It's just not a good deal because I don't know, the box truck driver, like I said, they probably at max speed, which I get it. But look, you come down 2-3 miles per hour, let them over, and then ride that for about 2 or 3 miles, and then get back up to your top speed. You won't catch them. But I don't understand why. And regardless of the fact that it's also a FedEx driver, like it really doesn't matter. It's just you just want to avoid BS. Like just let them over. Like it's not. And so these are pitfalls, and they working for typically the same company. And so like I have an issue, and this is something that I spoke with a couple of my coworkers about. If we leave the building in the morning, we go down the road and we all, leaving at the same time, we roll out, and I'll have another package car, another driver will get right in front of me. Like I get it, but like where's my space? Like we all understand that we have to have space, but like why would you out of anybody else on the street? Why would you get right in front of me? Now I have like 2 seconds of following time, whereas now I have to slow down and create some more space. We all understand the fives and tens, but we're gonna do it to our own. It's kind of crazy to me. And so this right here is pretty much the same thing. It's just like y'all road raging and y'all pretty much work for the same company. Like I don't understand what's the big deal. Just let them over. Like you're not gonna lose any large amount of time by letting them over, and then you can get back up to your top speed. Let's keep going. All right, so they finally let them over. Now you can see they're right in the front. And they're probably going, between 65 and 70 miles per hour, but they're right in front of the box truck now, right? And so now, if anything was to happen in the front of the box truck, if he loses control or runs off the road or if anything happens, the box truck has zero time to react. And so now you're looking at a pileup. easy. And so I don't understand what this is, but when we talk about pitfalls, it even comes with our own coworkers from the same company, like doing us dirty. And I don't like it. I don't like it. And these guys need to be called out. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just like, okay, it is what it is. But look, we all trying to work, you know? So why make it hard for one another when we all trying to do the same thing, right? Jardisa said that I see the Amazon driver going to the restroom in, in someone's yard. Man. You mean going to the restroom or not going to the restroom? I got you. No, wait. Number one and number two? Man, no, man. No, I didn't see that. Is that on TikTok? Where is that at? Yo, the driver was going number one and number two in the front yard? Oh, on the side. He at least was on the side. Maybe he was on the side. Was he on the side grass, or was he in the front yard? Amazon doesn't care about customer service just as long as the box makes it there. Well, yeah, but at the same time, like, as a driver, you got to use discretion. Like, if you got to go, you need to find somewhere to go. I mean, it's not okay. It's not okay for the driver to go number one, number two in somebody's yard, because, would I go outside? Would I walk outside of my house and go to my next door neighbor's front yard and do the number one and number two? Of course I wouldn't, right? Because I have a restroom here. Even if I didn't have a restroom here, I would try to find a restroom instead of going to somebody's front yard. So just like drivers, like, you have options, even though you might be in all resis. Man, come on, Tyrone. You say it was a chick? Bruh. Wait, who was the chick? The chick that was in the... Man, where y'all getting this information from? This is wild. You know what? I can't blame Amazon for this. Like, if the driver was going number one and number two in somebody's yard, I can't blame Amazon for that. You have the work to do. Is your personal responsibility to make it to the restroom. Now, I've also heard over the years where in the warehouse at Amazon, they don't let people go to the restroom. Or I ain't gonna say don't let them go, but say, hey, you can't stop. Or if you're on this line right here, the line keeps going. We can't stop the line. So you got to stay here and you got to... I've heard of that type of stuff over the years. I'm not sure how true it is. I never worked at Amazon, but I've heard some complaints along those lines. I'm not sure. Y'all let me know. But as far as you out delivering, man, you can't justify to me and say, look, I had to go in somebody's front yard because Amazon, y'all making me work too hard. I'm not going to buy that. I'm sorry. I'm not going to buy that. I think that's goes along in a personal responsibility. Like, you got to take care of business outside of that. I saw the light. Yeah, appreciate it, man. Yeah, I had this sweater last year. It's my first time wearing it. I really like it. And it's a shame. It's a shame that we were in Canada. We went to Canada in August. Was it August? July, late July of 24 into the first week of August of 24. It's my first time wearing it, but I love this sweater. Appreciate it. He said those FedEx trucks race down the road. You can see them in many accident videos on YouTube. FedEx trucks be doing the speed limit. Yeah, I mean, my truck goes like, I don't know, 68 max, something like that. So, I get passed up on the freeway, but I mean, I don't know why they racing, but it's whatever. It's whatever. Okay, yeah. So I didn't see the video, but it was a chick doing that. Man, look, I got a question. Do y'all think that person have problems, like mental problems, if they're willing to do the number one and number two in somebody's yard? Like, do y'all think that's like normal, or y'all think that that person has like mental issues? Because I would think that be along the lines of having mental issues. It's just that most people, and I'm probably talking about 98% of the population, wouldn't even think to do that. They're probably like, like try to go around, the backyard or maybe like a tree or something, or like a lot of y'all do. A lot of y'all coworkers do use the bottles, but neither here nor there. But most people in society wouldn't think to just, oh, let me go in the front yard. Look, I don't have any toilet paper. I don't have any wipes, but I'm gonna go anyway, and I'm gonna just pull my pants up. That's crazy. And so, like, now you walking around with mashed potato butt the rest of the day, man. I don't know, man. Nah, nah. And I'm not even gonna say y'all need to send it to me because I don't think I want to see it. But that's crazy to me. And then plus, like, what's the likelihood of it being a female? Because I would automatically think that, man, that guy is wild for doing that. But y'all say it was a chick. That's crazy. And Batman says she lazy. I mean, yeah, but is lazy, is that all? Hey man, how many of y'all in here have a wife or a girlfriend? Probably most of y'all. You know, if she gets home from work, let's say you at home and she gets home from work, or y'all meet up for dinner or whatever, you going for the hug, right? Salutations, greetings, and all of that good stuff, right? And you sniffing, mate, like, man, yo, what's going on? Because I didn't hear any one of y'all say that she had toilet paper on hand or she had wipes. So I'm gonna just assume that she didn't do any of that. She just pulled her pants up. I'm gonna assume that. So like none of y'all said that. So you go in for a hug and then you smell something, like, man, come on, man. Has to be mental problems. Has to be. And I'm not discriminating people with mental problems. I'm just saying it has to be because no one in their right mind, not even having the proper equipment, tools, accessories, is gonna just do that. Man, say she just pulled up her pants. Man, come on. She had on pants or shorts? Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah, that's pretty sick, man. That's pretty sick. I would have some words with my lady, you know. But look, y'all know more likely she went home to somebody. She had shorts on. She went home to somebody, and I wonder if they noticed. Man, you got to sit in the truck the rest. All right, let's say she still had 100 stops left, so you in and out of that seat, 100 more times. And then you get in your personal car, you talking to people, mashed potato butt, man. Nah, man, it's not gonna work, man. It's not gonna work. Mm-mm. Y'all can't convince me that this person doesn't have mental problems. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Man, that's why I didn't see this video, man. Maybe my algorithm is off to where it didn't pop up, but man, oh man. Oh wait, she did it right beside a package? She trying to send a message? Ooh. I mean, lazy, yes. Yes. But man, at the same time, like I don't want to be stinking the rest of the day. Feeling like you got sweat on your bottom, but it's not sweat, it's something else. Nah, I can't do it, man. She had on shorts on too, so with her wearing shorts, it's still bad. But the odor is gonna be a little more free, and like other people be able to smell it easy because you got shorts on. It's just right there, and it's like, whew, man, that's tough. Oh, so okay, so she got caught on the Ring camera, and she looked at the cameras. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, it trips me out too. Like when they catch people like doing crimes, like like stealing in the stores, or doing robberies and stuff like that. They look up at the camera. That's kind of stupid to me. Like, you look up at the camera, like it's recording, and so you're gonna look up at it, and well, they're gonna just zoom in and see who you are. Kind of stupid. When she looked at the camera, yeah, I mean, you're right, Batman. If she has mental problem, that does look bad on the company, and it does. But there is no such thing as mental screening as a part of the application process. No such thing. And so you'll see it. You'll see people that'll be a little different. It's like, man, I have to stay away from you. Look, it happens. We actually had a guy, of course, I'm not going to say his name. We had a guy a few years ago, well, actually two over the last 10 years that I know personally where, they had serious issues. They had to treat him a little different. And neither one of the two guys still work for the company, but yeah, they had to make some changes. They had to make some changes, and so you're gonna get these people gonna slip through, and you won't find out until they start doing stuff. They'll probably give you signs in the meantime, but then again, you really won't find out till they actually started doing stuff, and it's just like, whoa, 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 what was that? Yeah, we got to give you a different assignment, big dog. I don't know. Thank y'all for the likes. We appreciate it on a Sunday night. So I think I got another one. Let me see what's happening. Yeah, so these guys, yeah, man, like I hate to see stuff like this. Like I hate to see stuff like this. And they might even be on the radio, and they might even be on the CB radio, talking back and forth and arguing and stuff like that. Man, that's a bad look. Because, we have enough issues to deal with on the road, and now you're dealing with people and people who potentially work for the same company. It's like we got enough stuff to deal with. You be breaking down, equipment don't work right, load ain't right, um, you're running behind, you're late, um, you're trying to get home, you about to run out of hours. You gotta deal with so much stuff. You pick up at a customer, they got an attitude, your kids talking back, dealing with all kind of stuff. And then you got to deal with a coworker, or not a coworker, but like somebody that works for the same company and trying to do y'all doing the same thing, and y'all fighting. Look, I'm not about to argue with you, man. I'm not about to argue. I'm not going back and forth. And so I was talking to a coworker about 2 months ago, and he got into it with another driver. Well, he's a driver. He got into it with another driver because they had to meet up. One had to bring the other one's volume in, pickup volume in, and so they was trying to arrange a meetup. And one was waiting, the other one's going, "Hey, I'm gonna knock out this apartment complex first, then I'm gonna come meet you afterwards." Then the one that was waiting too long, so he called him up, say, "Man, where you at?" He's like, "Oh man, I got two more stops left." And then another one got attitude, say, "Hey man, are you playing with me? I've been here waiting. It's like you taking your time." And then they're going back and forth. So they didn't talk for like 2 or 3 weeks, right? And they come telling me like, "Oh man, each of them giving their side of the story. I'm like, look, I'm not in this. I don't want to hear none of this. It's not my business. Why y'all fighting at work? Like, even if it's a back and forth, man, I'm not about to argue with you. I'm not about to fight. I got time for that, you know. But these guys, they going back and forth. They don't want to let each other over. Man, come on, man. Just let them over. Slow down, then bring your speed back up, get some space, and keep it moving, man. Literally keep it moving. But yeah, you're right, Batman. What happens when those mental issues harm someone? You're right. And then guess who's liable? The company first. But there's nowhere to screen for that. I'm not gonna say there's nowhere to screen for it, but there is no screen for it. Y'all gonna find out on the back end whenever something happens. Hate to say it, but it's true. Y'all know it's true. So yeah, I don't agree with this. I don't agree with being angry at work. And look, we're all trying to work. We're all trying to do something. And people on edge too, man. I don't understand. I don't know if it's the if it's the global warming. Man, people be on edge for no reason. Even in the wintertime. I know when it gets warm outside, people get more ag. But even in the wintertime, people be on edge. Like, and why are you looking at me like that? Or are you talking to me? And calm down, man. Y'all tripping. All right, I think I got one more. Let me see what else we got. What else we got here? Hey, shouts out to this guy, man. All right, y'all see it, man. Y'all see it. He's on a back road. Looks like a dirt road. Looks like really, really dirt road, and he's stuck. Looks like he tried to turn around because of his positioning, but he's stuck. And he's obviously not proud of it. He's obviously gonna be sitting there for a little bit, but he already knows what the deal is. All right, draw the journey. Um, yeah, man. He said again. I get it. He got stuck. Look, it's pitfalls out there everywhere, guys. It's pitfalls everywhere. He got stuck again. He said again, and so that tells me that I get stuck one time. I'm gonna be extra cautious. And like I say, hey, shouts out to him, but I will be extra cautious. That won't happen again. And so maybe he does have a rural route. And, some of you guys here might have rural routes where you deal with more dirt roads than normal drivers, right? But, man, and I know you got to get the stuff delivered, but, man, he said again, when he said again, I was like, yo, we got to learn. We got to learn. Let's keep going. Okay, so I'm looking at the road right now. It looks like it's hard further down and maybe it turned into dirt. So if you look at the mailbox right here, it looks like a mailbox, maybe. It looks like past the mailbox is a paved road, but then again, it turns to a soft, very soft dirt road. Very soft. It's not even wet. It's real soft for some reason. It's weird. Yeah, let's keep going. All right, so this is good content. And hey, shouts out to him. But man, if that was me, especially since he's just starting his day. If that was me, guys, I'm not worried about no video. I'm disappointed. And I know he is. I'm not saying he's not. I'll be disappointed. I wouldn't even think to record because I'll be distraught, especially since this is not the first time he's going to get charged with an accident, which that's how my building would do. They would charge him with an accident. Um, I think it's across the board, but you might get some leeway if you have these extended routes. I'm not sure other facilities, but man, it's not a good look. And he's in there, in there. There's no throwing boards down to try to get out. Nah, you in there, cuz you in there. Let's keep going. All right, shouts out to him. Hopefully, hopefully he learns from this and don't let it happen again because that has to be tiring. So he's about to have a long day because it seems like he's in an extended area. So it's going to take some time for the tow truck or whoever else going to rescue him to get to him. And so he just started. So it's going to be a long day. Then it might even have to send somebody to, take some stops off of him. But when we talk about the pitfalls, and this is just another one, there's a whole bunch of stuff we have to deal with. And that's why I don't understand when y'all was talking about the lady that took the number one and number two in somebody's yard. We have enough stuff that we have to deal with on a daily that's normal, like this, or like, the road rage, type of stuff, whether it's with a coworker or somebody else. We have to deal with regular stuff every day. I'm not going to go and make my problems even magnified by taking the number two in somebody's yard. Now I got mashed potato butt, right? I'm stinky the rest of the day. I still have work to do. And now I could still have other problems like late air or missed pickup or stuff like that. So we have to deal with enough. So why add to it? Because there's enough pitfalls to satisfy everybody. So we should not be adding to it because it just makes our job a lot harder than what it already is. I almost got stuck one time. Um, I was able to get out of it. It didn't take long, but I was like, you know what? That's never happening again. If I have any doubts whatsoever, I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna test the area, and I say, you know what? I'm willing to pack it up and walk it out, even if it's like a quarter of a mile. If I even have the smallest idea that I might get stuck, I'm not taking a chance. I'm not doing it. And so, shouts out to this guy, but we have enough crap we got to deal with. Then you can't be trusted. Like, how many times this guy done got stuck? Like, come on, man. You got to learn from your mistakes. But we talk about pitfalls, they are everywhere. So, y'all, let's not add to it because we got to deal with enough already. Already. And then for the guy that backed into me back, what year was that? I think that was 2021. Yeah, 2021. You try to flee the scene. Nah, stay right here. Stay right here. You can't go anywhere. Yeah, I know your wife waiting on you. You trying to pick her up because y'all trying to go to a volleyball game. Nah, stay right here. Stay right here. Stay right here. Shouts out to the bomb squad. Shouts out to the bomb squad. We appreciate all the likes, guys. Batman. Oh yeah, man. She had mental illness for sure. Nick says he's been married since 96. And shouts out to you, Nick. That's a long time, brother. That's what, 30, 29 years? Is that 29 years? Let me see my math. My math is good. My math was good in school. Yeah. It's about to be 29 years. 28 right now. Hey, congrats to you and your wife, man. Congrats. I've been married since '05. So we'll be 20 years this year. Yeah, man. But I'm going to tell y'all right now, at taking that number 2, that ain't happening. Nope. That ain't happening. We was in the store today. I'll tell y'all a quick story. We was in the store today. And yeah, she said she had to go. I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna check everything out. You go and take care of business. But I'll be damn if she get back in the car and it be y'all know what I'm talking about. Hey, go in the facilities, make sure you take care of business, make sure you clean up, because if I even a little bit, it's gonna be some problems. So like I was telling y'all about that driver doing that, it's like you gotta go home to somebody, even if it's not, if she don't have somebody, maybe she has, or maybe she live with her sister or her parents, and somebody gotta smell that. You can't just do that. That's all I'm saying, y'all. That's all I'm saying. Leave the mashed potatoes for the plate, not for your pants. That's all I'm saying. Look, y'all, it's Sunday night. I know what somebody said, bricked out after dark. It's probably always after dark, but I get the joke. I get the joke. So we're gonna double back on y'all tomorrow, Monday. Monday. We'll have an early day. We'll finish up. I'll probably finish up around 4 or 5 o'clock Central Time, right? Um, and we'll have something together for you guys. One thing I want to talk about tomorrow, and I have to write this down in my notes, is that a few weeks ago, UPS jobs, it was a shitload of jobs. And I'm like, wait, we just did a show by job cuts, and I get it, but there was over 150 part-time postings, and I'm like, wait, what is this? And so we'll talk about that, and we'll revisit it on Wednesday as well. But I had somebody hit me up on the channel and say, hey man, I applied for part-time. Oh wait, what was it? I can't remember if it was TCD or preload. But anyways, they applied for it. They went in for the appointment, the interview, whatever you want to call it. And so he shows up at the center early, right? And it said a supervisor told them that, oh yeah, I didn't know you was coming. We're not hiring right now. So after this person went through everything and was just assuming that they got the job and everything, the supervisor like, oh yeah, nah, we ain't got nothing, or like, I don't know who told you that. So I'm like, wait, what? And so we was going back and forth, and he was telling me everything, and I took notes and everything, but we'll talk about that tomorrow, because I need to know, when the UPS jobs page get blown up on Wednesdays nights, like we know they do, it gets blown up, all of these different postings, are they real? All right, we'll talk about it tomorrow. And I'm going to talk with HR tomorrow to get some more information. So I have it for you guys here on tomorrow's show. All right. So thank y'all for the likes. Happy weekend. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see y'all guys tomorrow night. Not sure what time, but we'll let you guys know. Okay, so Tyrone said you going in tomorrow for you trying to get that 6 punch, big dog. You gonna get it. You gonna get it. Go knock it out and come back tomorrow night. We'll be here. All right, Tyrone. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow night. Bricked Out Media. We out of here. Peace.